Not every stripper has the perfect butt, or the ability to do amazing pole tricks, or even a split. And you can be stunning with killer dance skills and still go home poor from a full club. That's because dancing is a sales job, and not everyone has that skill. Sales in strip clubs have to be done delicately. Buy a dance, buy a dance, buy a dance, buy a dance, buy a dance. Buy a dance because my dog is dead. Works for some people, but it's more likely to alienate and frustrate the customer. If your customer feels irritated and forced, they're likely to buy the absolute minimum dances. A lot of sales is instinct you learn as you go, or don't, as the case may be. But there are a few tried and true methods that work for pretty much everyone most of the time. These are my tips, and they will get you dances, champagne rooms, and regulars. Number 1, play the long game. Many men get talked into getting a cheap dance, get bored with the rules, and want more contact or nudity, so they up their budget. Just because you start your night out doing one cheap dance doesn't mean you won't wind up doing an hour-long room towards the end of the night with the same person. I used to actually suggest that men who are considering getting a champagne room with me get a cheaper regular dance first and try me out. If you're a good dancer, it's a few extra dollars. If you're a really good dancer, they might get a longer room. That said, start as high as they'll go. Don't shoot for a quickie air dance. I've talked before about the middle method. Give them a high, low, and middle option. Suggest they go with the middle or high for more proximity, skin, or time. Usually they go with the middle. Number 3, don't assume what's in a guy's pockets based on what kind of pants they're in or what his watch looks like. Some of my best regulars were factory workers or construction workers who chose to spend a great portion of their salary in the club. Meanwhile, real estate magnates, CEOs, and doctors sometimes come in with a $50 budget. Many nights you're going to make your money $20 at a time. Do that rather than spend the entire night begging a millionaire in ugly shoes. Number 4, touch them. I'm not saying giving them a handy or even a massage, but touch your knees to their knees while you talk. When you ask to sit down, put your hands on their shoulders. When you laugh, put your hand on their arm. Breaking the touch barrier makes you seem sensual and less intimidating. It makes the jump to a dance that much smaller. Now, too much touch can be overwhelming, so use this in moderation and don't run your hands over him like you're fitting him for a scuba suit. Number 5, try to be actually interested. Obviously, most of the guys that we dance for are not someone that we'd want to bring home. But find something that you like, be it a beard, a shirt with a band you like, or a conversational style, whatever. Now focus on that and imagine really liking the guy, really liking him. Your conversational style will change, you'll smile more, and seem less deceptive. If you do it well enough, your pupils will dilate and your body will give off attractive pheromones. All of these things are picked up subconsciously by the customer, and they help sales so much. Though, they aren't tactics that I use in selling cell phones. Now that you like them, let them know how much you like them, but be sincere. If it's the t-shirt you like, tell them you like their t-shirt. Make a connection over something that you really like about them. For me, it was usually something that was brought up in conversation, as it may be for you. It's hard to slip into conversation that you really particularly want to dance for someone because you're into fat guys with beards. Number 7, be funny. Again, most men will find you a little bit intimidating in your high heels and tiny clothes. Making them laugh alleviates that. Make mildly dirty jokes if you want, or jokes about yourself to show sensitivity. The best part is, once you find jokes that work, you can use them over and over and over again. Number 8, never stoop to listing your troubles. If you tell them your car broke down and rent is due, you're more likely to get a "I'm sorry to hear that" than a dance. Bullying customers into feeling like they're a monster if they don't buy a dance from you is a good way to make sure that they avoid you or even the whole club the next time they want to go out. You want them to buy a dance because they want to buy a dance. Number 9, be a little vague and let them use their imaginations. Lots of guys, mostly trolling dumbasses, will ask questions like, "Well, what do I get?" Or, "Well, what happens back there?" Don't ever tell them in detail. Lots of guys get off on dirty talk and don't need a dance at all if you give them a good enough description. Besides, while you're trying to prevent him using you for free sexuality, you'll sound like this. I put my titties in your face, and then grind on you for 30 seconds. And then I turn around and I rub my butt on you. Nothing like that to ruin the magic. See if they have a more specific question, like is touching or kissing allowed? Otherwise, say something like, we'll have a lot of fun. Number 10, be persistent. If all else fails, be sure to come back again and again and again. When they bullshit you, and they will, and say maybe later, take that as a solemn promise, and return every few songs to ask if they're ready. I hear, I felt bad, she asked so many times, a lot from friends who go to the clubs and get dances from girls that they aren't really into. Not every guy is into you at first, and sometimes rent is due. Sales skills come with time, and not everybody does things the same way. But these are the steps that have worked for me. If you like this video, drop it a like. And if you want to hear more about stripper life, or get more stripper tutorials, click subscribe. Thanks so much!